Hello, everybody. This is James Earl Jones for Old Style Classics baseball cards. Hey, get out of here, dude. You just want to do voiceovers for everything. I'll be back. You're not Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ah, boy. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Don't mind me just having a little fun because we get an extra hour tonight. It says it's 11 o'clock according to my computer, but the clock on the wall at work's gonna say that it's 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. Or no, it's gonna say it's, well, you get what my point is. It's saying it's 11 now, but the only one that matters is if I get to work on time tomorrow at 8:30. And 8:30 tomorrow will be what 9:30 was today. So good for me. That gives me an extra hour to have a little fun at my own expense and at your poor patience. But last video I just did some recap stuff, carried on for a while, I was goofing around. Anyways, today is November 4th, 2023. Just did a recap video on my Andre Dawson stuff. Talked about the how much I got the 2022 stained glass card base version of Andre Dawson in the mail just the other day, and I didn't know what it was limited to, and apparently those are just limited to 25. And so now I know that. And then I was talking about the other minis that I do have, or numbered cards of him from Allen & Ginter. And the lowest is the one I pulled yesterday, which was the 505 mini red from Allen & Ginter X 2023. It's number 505. I saw number 405 today, so we'll talk about that sometime, because there are only 6 non-base Andre Dawsons in Allen & Ginter X. So what that means, in Allen & Ginter X, you can get the full-size card. Actually, I take that back. There are 3 cards in Allen & Ginter X that are just regular cards that you can pull. There's the base card, which I believe is like 184, number 184. It's full-size Allen & Ginter X. The mini version of that. And then you have the number 370 full-size card, which is the short print, so harder to get even in X. And but there is no mini short print because that's a rip card exclusive. So just in 2023 Allen & Ginter X, you can get 2 full-size Andre Dawson cards and 1 mini Andre Dawson card. And that's just what a basic person would pull. He's not in the autograph set, so you would not be able to pull one of the mini framed autographs of him out of X. So then the only other cards that are available of Andre Dawson in Allen & Ginter X for 2023 is one of the 5 red minis, and then the 101 silver mini. So as of today, I have in my possession one of those 6 cards. Is that going to increase? We'll see. So, and then we got to talking about Chrome, and I showed you some of these other cards. And but anyways, I picked up Select today from Target when I was buying my wife some chocolates that I know Target has, and I don't know where else I've seen them. I've seen them somewhere else, but I can't quite remember where. They don't have them at Walmart, I know that. And maybe Safeway or Walgreens or something. But Tony's chocolate, really good. The pretzel sea salt, is that pretzel toffee?
Yeah, pretzel toffee.
Pretzel toffee's really good, and then the sea salt caramel. Now, it's not like caramel like Carmelo where it's all gooey and falling, you know, it's just like, it might as well just be called toffee sea salt. That's basically what it is. It's just that. So I got her that, and I was looking at the cards, and all they have is the same old hockey, football, garbage that they have up there, and I wasn't going to buy any of those. But they did have a select, and I've kind of, I don't dislike Panini. I like Panini, but since they've lost the license, and a lot of their cards have gone stale to me, and they lost like even the Players Association, so you're not going to get a whole lot from them. But I was like, I need to do something different, so I went ahead and picked one of these up. Why not? Give you guys something to see, and who knows, maybe we'll get something good. Maybe Panini has to stack their packs a little bit to compete. So let's take a look at this. So Select's really nice when it comes to like the basketball cards. I'll give them that. They do look good. It's a chrome kind of a product, and but it doesn't look as good without the licensing. Obviously, most things don't. And they're overpriced for being in the situation that they're in. They should definitely be trying to compete with Topps by being cheaper. Even their more quality stuff like this. But it's only 3 packs per box and only 4 cards per pack. So kind of a little bit of a, yeah, it's a reach. They're not going to survive by charging these kind of prices for a blaster, and maybe they're just trying to go out and get as much as they can before they go under, at least in the United States. You know, because they're big in Europe, so maybe Topps can force them out of the market. I don't know if that's going to force them to sell to Fanatics, but time will tell. Maybe they'll sell off their American division or something like that. Alright, so there's your odds, or I don't even know if odds is the right one, but different cards that are in there and what they're numbered to. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this. Bobby Witt Jr. on the front. So, as you can see, waste of cardboard. In reality, they could have just made this a fat pack. But if you're a Bobby Witt Jr. collector, you might want to save that box, would be my suggestion. Alright, got 3 packs here. Let's see if the wife wants to open any of this.
No, honey, you open
it. You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll excuse me. Yeah, I need a drink. Okay, everybody, let's just go down the line then. And we'll stop that video and we'll do this one. Not the whole thing, just see what we got. Maybe a stack. Maybe she'll be in the mood at that point in time. Alright, there's your pack. Basically same as the box. Now, I don't know if you can see all that or if you even care. I don't. But hopefully we'll get something good. Maybe we'll get a superstar or some kind of star autograph. Or a prospect, you know, a 13-year-old playing in a Cucamonga or something like that. Or is that more upper deck? Alright, that's annoying. Alright, hey, I like the name on the back of that first. When I saw the back, I like the name on that one. That's a Hall of Fame cover. He's a cover. He's a cover. Do you play cover charge? So those are pretty cards, you know, that select just like the basketball. So you're going to see a lot of old-time players in here. You can already see some Tiger, whatever there. So let's just pull this one. We've got Bob Lemon. So, solid pitcher. 207 wins, 128 losses, .323 ERA, and had 22 saves. So he's basically involved in 100 and no, excuse me. Boy, 200 and involved in 229 wins is what I'm trying to get at. 13 seasons. Lemon left a sour taste in the mouths of opponents every time he took the hill. Blah blah blah. I was just trying to see if he was a Hall of Famer. So these ones, they have like different things right here. So this one's a concourse, and so yeah, they're not bad looking cards. It's just yeah. All right. Oh boy, gee, thanks. This is one of my 4 cards, and you guys probably saw that. So I got Panini rewards, 400 points. So somebody's probably gonna see that and swipe my code and the QR code. So I guess you can go on here and use points to get stuff from Panini. So that's kind of like a ripoff, like that whole Onyx thing I was telling you about, where I got like a dummy card. So technically that's a card, right, people? 400 points. Who knows what? I've never been on Panini's site, so I don't know anything about it. I'd probably just be willing to give somebody those. All right. Tony La Russa as a manager, apparently. So this is what you're kind of looking to get from old Panini. And when they do stuff like this, especially with that points card, which I hear people complaining about, it's just once, digging another shovel full into your own grave. But this is cool. We got a Tiger, what is that, Tiger Fractor, basically that orange tiger skin or something like that. Hall of Famer Hack Wilson, I believe until like McGwire and Sosa, he was the National League home run leader in far as in one season for a long time. I believe he had 57 or 58 home runs in like the 20s or 30s. Short dude, stocky dude, great player, great power hitter. When I think of Hack Wilson, the person that reminds me of what I know about Hack Wilson is Kyle Schwarber. He was kind of the Kyle Schwarber of the day. Probably the best way to think of it, but probably a better hitter. But Hack Wilson, great player, and I believe he still owns the record for most RBIs in a season, which is like 194, 198 or something like that, which is ridiculous. Because like Andre Dawson, when he won the MVP, he had 137 RBIs and would have had over 50 home runs had he not been hit in the face with that ball that year and missed some games for other reasons, I guess. So Andre Dawson lost probably a week or two 1987, and probably would have had 55-ish home runs, let's say, and about 140 to 150 RBIs, and it still would have been about 50 RBIs short of this guy's. So amazing record. In the Hall of Fame, Hack Wilson, great former Cub. I don't think he had a super long career, but let's take a look. Yeah, so he only played 1,300 games. And so see if we can get some focus going on here, folks. There's outfielder. There we go. It looks like my camera's fixed that delay that I was seeing earlier. So he only had 884 runs, 1,400 hits, and only 244 home runs. But look at that batting average. So that's the difference between him and Kyle Schwarber, though. He had a 307 batting average, so that's pretty good. Um, so legend has it Wilson was nicknamed Hack due to his likeliness to a wrestler George Hackenschmidt. In a fortunate twist of fate, the moniker fit his chosen profession like the cap he wore snugly on his head during a 12-year big league career. The hard-hitting outfielder led the league in home runs 4 times. So he is a Hall of Famer. Those numbers may not look like Hall of Fame numbers to you, but, he only did play 12 years. I think he had some injury or some sickness or something that cut him short. But if you're going to allow people like Sandy Koufax in the Hall of Fame because he was dominant for the little bit of time that he played, then you got to give the fair shake to these guys too. Because, hey, would Sandy Koufax have been as good as he is if he had to play another 6 years or 8 years and, had like the down 5 years that pitchers have? Go out on top and people love you, but stay in there another 6 years and hurt your chances. So this guy was dominant when he played and a great player and has some feathers in his cap. So there. We gave that a little bit of time, that card some time in the limelight. So that's a nice card. Only thing is the black and white really kind of gets buried in these. So like Tony La Russa, he kind of pops out of the card. But like the black and white, I mean, it looks good, but it kind of gets buried in there, I think, a little bit. But they're pretty cards. All right, next. Are we going to get a security tag count as our 4th card on this one? All right, George Varela. Hey, old friend in high school's. Last name's Varela. And the funny thing is, his mom's maiden name was Burrella. I always thought that was interesting. Don't know who this is. George Varela. 2022 on his AAA, so he's a prospect, so that's something. He hit 24 home runs last year in the minors, but only 250 batting average, so power hitter, swinging for the fences, and not a great hitter otherwise, it looks like. So let's see if he comes up through Cleveland. All right, the great Duke Schneider. So far it looks like we're going to get one of those tiger things, whatever, in every packet so far. Hall of Famer Duke Schneider, outfielder for the Los Angeles and Brooklyn Dodgers. 407 home runs, that's really good. 295 batting average is really good. 2,100 hits, not bad. Yeah, solid career. I don't know if he fought in the war or not, so he might have lost some years. Jackson Morrell, so this is another prospect for San Diego, I believe. Yep, AAA. Only had 6 home runs, but he also did bat .339, so he's kind of the opposite of those power hitters. He's a solid hitter, but not power. So, but that's actually pretty good. Looks more like kind of like a leadoff or second batter. Not a whole lot of hits, runs, or RBIs. But good batting average. Nice to see. We need some more small ball in the game again. And our Tiger card is Mason Auer. So obviously going to be another prospect for Tampa Bay. 15 home runs, 290 batting average, so he's kind of in the middle. Got power and some batting skill. All right. Not a bad looking card. Those are cool. Let's see what it says about this here. Look for these randomly inserted cards. Silver Prisms, blue, orange, flash, tiger, elephant. So yeah, I believe that would be tiger. Alright, one pack to go. So, is it worth what they're charging? This pack will determine it, but I would clearly say it's definitely a no. But the cards are nice quality, good looking cards. But yeah, they need to give you a lot more to make up for the fact they're shortcomings. Jordan Walker, so they were able to sneak a few people into this set that yeah, see, he was like obviously in triple or double A for a while there, so they were able to use it, even though he is now part of the Players Association, I believe. But at the time that they did this, he was still double A, so I guess that's how they're doing it. 19 home runs, 308 average in double A, so yeah, pretty good. St. Louis. And then here's the big one that we could probably get from this set. Here's the Bobby Witt Jr. Kansas City, so even has him like as a major leaguer, but they must have had some agreement with this guy that overrode anything else that he had with the Players Association or Topps. So there's obviously some loopholes. 2022 hit 20 home runs, 254 batting average, so that's not great. Batting average, home runs pretty good. What does he play? Shortstop. Yeah, that's pretty good for a shortstop. 20 home runs, 150 hits, pretty good. Yeah, it's basically a hit a day. Hit a game, I should say. Played 150 games, had 150 hits. But the batting average, not great. I think he had a little bit of a down year. I'm not too sure, but solid. I guess this would be a second year card. All right, so not from Family Guy or the movies. The James Wood Family Guy episodes are funny. Where James Woods is just like stalking Peter and ruining his life. It's funny. Anyways, James Wood, Unstoppable. Never seen one of those inserts before. Interesting, not bad looking. For the Nationals, apparently, this guy's 6'7". Let's see. Outfielder prospect, built like a skyscraper, runs like the wind, making him unstoppable in the quest to corral anything within his zip code. So it seems kind of like an Ellie De La Cruz or O'Neill Cruz for Pittsburgh. Maybe that's going to be similar player to that for the Nats. All right, we're going to end it with another Tiger parallel. Luke Gold for Detroit. So, single A ball, 200 batting average, no home runs, no triples, 2 doubles. Only played 22 games. So, see, that's what you're going to get in Panini. I mean, it doesn't get more prospect than that. The guy's played 22 games. And so there's nothing really to base whether he's going to be good or not based on this. So definitely you're just going to be prospecting in Panini pretty much anymore, and maybe get some old timers like the Hack Wilson and Bob Lemon. Great looking cards, but definitely not a return on investment in any way, because even if this dude, what does he play? Third base. So okay, let's say this guy here, I mean, that's like a second year card. Jordan Walker's already had cards. This guy here, we'll use him as an example. I think I've heard of Morel before. Schneider, Varela, Hack Wilson. Those have limited value. There's not a lot of people around anymore. Whoever would have seen Hack Wilson play. Alright. So I appreciate it because I know about Hack Wilson. But let's go ahead and take this guy. So let's use these two guys as an example. So he's an outfielder, position player, decent batting average, and decent amount of home runs. Or this guy. So let's say one of these, this guy turns in the next Ellie De La Cruz or O'Neal Cruz. Or this guy becomes the next Paul Goldschmidt kind of level player or something like that. You know, let's say the Topps Bowman's or something like that. You know, let's say that's going to be a $300 card, and that's like a $400 card for Topps. And then you get these prospects that came out 2 or 3 years before Topps. These might be $30, $40 if they become like the next Mike Trout. Right now they're probably worth $1. So even, you know, even if they become that guy, it's gonna have to be, you're gonna have to be like Mike Trout. So cool to have, but probably not going to carry a high amount of value. So my verdict for Select, unless you're hunting, prospecting, and you want to have like the run of their cards, which would probably just be cheaper to buy on eBay, but just for something to open, I mean, even the Bobby Witt Jr., you know, what is $5, $6 maybe. Maybe if you got some numbered one, you might double or triple that amount, but yeah, I say skip. And that's why I haven't been doing Panini stuff for about 2 years now. Doesn't help that they stopped doing mini cards either in like their Diamond Kings. So there you have it. I would say save your money. Unless there's somebody in this set that you really want. You know, if Corbin Carroll was in here and you're like, oh, I want that one because that was before Topps ever did one. Okay, well, that one's going to be $50 card. And his Chrome Bowman first is going to be $500 card. So, if you're, you know, your guy's in there and you want that guy, but you want to pull it, then yeah, you know, if you got the money, go ahead. Otherwise, I would say just order it and stick with Select for basketball as long as they still have it, or if you can find the old stuff. But there you go. They're nice cards. They're pretty cards. They're high quality cards. I just don't think they're going to have value. Unlike the basketball ones, definitely have more value, not because they're not good or you can't get somebody good. I just don't, you know, baseball is a little more snobby about this stuff. And You know, toss in the fact that they don't even have the players anymore. You know, it's just way overpriced. And you know, I don't know, what is this card worth? $5 if you're being generous. Graded 20. Gem Mint 10. Yeah, they just got the odds stacked against them, I would say. And maybe if you you know, I don't remember the last time I pulled an autograph from Panini. It's been a while now, unless there was guaranteed one like in USA Baseball or something. So Panini used to be good with hits, not so much anymore. And since they lost everything else, they're kind of like, feels almost like a money grab right now. They're just trying to $30, and this is all you get. And one of them is a stupid rewards card. Yeah. Sorry, Panini. That's cards are for what you're able to do. Thumbs up, props. But price point, major fail. But I don't completely blame you. I blame Baseball Players Association and Topps for their little monopoly they got going on here. Alright, everybody, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up because, yeah, I don't want to mix that with my own and Ginter stuff. Once again, I'll show you the 7800 Dawson that I humidified out some of these creases, and I think a few more treatments in the steamy bathroom. Taking this card and setting it on something so that it gets humid, you know, some steam seeps in there a little bit. And then while it's still got that moisture in there, not like droplets or anything, not even like mist things, just the humidity in the steamy bathroom. Well, just enough to almost microscopically get into that paper will cause that cardboard to expand back out to try to take its original form and you know, kind of erase some of those little dings. And it seems to have worked, and I think just a few more we'll get this one looking good, and this is just going to go in the binder anyway, so it'll be a nice presenting card. And hey, there you go, that's that. Alright, so video number 2, well, I guess that's technically video number 3 today, because I did make a special video for you folks who've been watching one of my other breaks, but I just didn't do the break online, but I did make a video to show you a recap of something that I broke yesterday when I got home. I didn't break your heart. Never. Alright, everybody, thanks. I'll be back and we'll look at some Allen and Ginter again. So you had a little break for a few videos there, and now back to it. No eBays today, sorry. Sorry for myself too, because I got some cool stuff coming. Alright, Rob, old style classics baseball cards out.